Hey, yo, welcome to the Uncle Show, and today we got a real good one, like a really good one. This year is the Master Grade Gundam RX-78-2, The Origin. My first Master Grade kit review, and what a kit to start with. It's kind of funny how we got here. I was reading on TV Tropes, because I still go on that site for some reason, and I saw an article where someone complained that a toy reviewer looked at a different Master Grade RX-78 kit than this one, calling it the definitive kit. I said, alright, bet, and opted to get this for my first Master Grade review. Not often I want to get a figure because someone was complaining a reviewer didn't look at it, but hey, as you'll see, I'm very glad I did. But more on that later. Let's dive quickly into some backstory. So the Gundam RX-78-2, I already kind of introduced before, but to give a recap, this is the original mobile suit used in the first series of Mobile Suit Gundam. The iconic original suit, although this isn't quite the original design. This comes from a spin-off prequel manga and OVA called The Origin. Funny how I finally started watching the original Gundam with my buddy Luigi, only for this to be from some spin-off. Even when I'm watching the show, I'm not watching the show. So there are some slight differences, but I'll cover them later. As for the Master Grade level, think of it as a more expert, more detailed, bigger size level of building kit. Starting in 1995 with the RX-78-2, rather fittingly, and since then, each time the original Gundam is brought back, it's usually as a way of testing new engineering, molding techniques, and such. So each time it's brought back, it has some quirks. And usually the ones introduced later into that generation tend to have the faults ironed out. So, for instance, in 2013, we got the Master Grade Gundam 3.0, which was ambitious, packing a lot of features, but suffered from basing it on the original Gundam statue in Odaiba, Japan, and mixing it with anime aesthetics not particularly well, a frustrating build, and it was severely fragile. Whereas 2 years later, we got this fine, foxy grandpa, and let me tell you, after building it on stream, I haven't stopped thinking about it since. It's so good, I think you should get a chance to experience it too. Watch the rest of the video for details. But before we get to today's subject, I just want to tell you that this video is sponsored by JP Fans. Yes, the people at JP Fans have kindly reached out for a collaboration and promotion, and it couldn't be more perfect. Have you ever tried to shop online for something that's only available in Japan, only to find out that your options are some goblin overcharging it on an auction site, or it's only available overseas with absurd shipping costs? JP Fans is an online proxy shipping service that not only charges a smaller service fee per order compared to other proxy services, but it also has a much nicer user interface than a lot of other sites, plenty of alternate language options, worldwide shipping, 60 days of item storage before shipping, and additional Mercari discount coupons up to 50% off. This is especially great for me because I particularly love the Bandai SMP model kits, but those haven't had a proper US release and as a result get massively upcharged. So a service like this is a great way for me to pick up other model kits, Blu-rays, makeup, clothing, 1970s jazz CDs, and more. And by clicking the affiliate link in the description or the pinned comment, you'll get 8 coupons worth up to $86 if you register an account. And you clicking that link also helps my channel out financially so I can keep making videos. There's something for everyone on JP Fans, so register today. Thank you so much. If you get subscribed and get notified, you'll not only see new reviews, but you can also tune into live streams where I film footage for future videos. Any super chats will also be featured in the video as well. Also, if you like the video, please give a like and comment. Your engagement helps support this channel. Now, back to the video. So right out of the box, wait, what's with all these translucent pieces? What's going on here? Alright, so I didn't do my research at first when I got this kit. See, technically there are 2 other releases of the Origin Gundam. There were 2 semi-translucent kits released under the name Ichiban Kuji, where they re-released the kit, but with some of the parts in translucent plastic, and which parts are translucent alternate between the 2 kits. I know there are people who like these translucent versions of model kits. I'm not one of them. I want the kit I built to look like what's on screen. Bandai, you also have done this multiple times for your SMP kits. Why not just re-release the original kit? And the person I bought this from didn't accept returns. So I went on eBay, and honestly, it was a lot cheaper to just buy the other clear kit and just match the parts up than buy the kit I should have gotten. Does this count as kit bashing? Oh well, now I got 2 of this mold. I wonder what I should do with it. I'll figure that out. You need to keep watching. This build, oh my god, this build was so good. I was expecting to go at this for a few days given it was a master grade kit, but no, it was a nice breezy 4 hours and it was such a fun build. The instructions were clear, the parts felt strong, everything went in pretty smoothly, and stickers ranked a very solid 0.1 on the pain index. There were only a couple and they were pretty easy to apply, and a lot of them are encased in plastic, meaning they won't get damaged from play. You get some optional stickers and decals for the eyes and markings, but I ain't using them. You can't make me. And every so often I like to talk about the wow factor for a model kit build. And when I talk about wow factor, I mean those little moments where you can see clever engineering and gimmicks or inner details being built up. Blokey's, for instance, I think are well made, but play it very safe with the builds. But for this, you see all the internals being built, so many gimmicks being built. It brought a huge smile to my face on stream. A model kit shouldn't just be all about the final figure. The build should always be a big factor in the experience, and this was so fun. Even if it did absolutely destroy my fingers. The only problem that happened really is I couldn't put the sticker on the rifle sight. This was my fault. I jumped the gun, so to speak, and put the cover on first, and I can't really get it out. And the final result has soulless eyes. Actually, that's because you have the option of either static eyes or, what I opted for, a Gundam LED kit. Very easy to install, you just pop it in there and there you go. Takes 2 LR41 batteries and costs about $10 for a single LED, which is too much. I would have gotten a third-party one, but apparently they ran out of yellow ones on Amazon. Do be careful with the LED, it flickers if you mess with it a bit, because you get a lot of quality for $10 apparently, but it's completely worth it because God, that looks so cool. This final figure looks incredible. This is such a one-to-one recreation of the animation model. It's insane. The detail does a great job of accenting the very clean design. The more mechanical gray bits are used very sparingly, which I think was the right move. Even though this is a big enough figure that more mechanical details would work, I think with how nice and clean the RX-78 is, too many gray extra details would ruin the look. This being the Origin version, there are some slight differences, such as these extra guns on the chest, and this one in the wrist. I do kind of wish they gave us some extra parts to cover these up to make it a little bit closer to the original RX-78, but it's a minor nitpick. Something I really appreciate about this Ichiban Kuga version of the kit is a more satin finish on the colored pieces and the kind of slightly shinier bluish white plastic. Looks gorgeous and gives off a nice metallic effect. Something that wasn't present on the original version. Maybe having to do this kit bash was worth it after all. And due to the way the kit is sculpted, the lines are remarkably definite enough so that I don't feel the need to do any panel lining myself. Not that I do a lot of painting already. Now, real quick, let's dive into some of the gimmickry on display in this kit. Not including the LED, which I paid separate for. You got a little flick-up gun on the right shoulder plate. Not the most impressive, but it's there. Far more impressive, open up the stomach and you get a teeny tiny Amuro Ray inside. All white because he's unpainted. I'm not psychotic. And something really cool is in the shoulders, you have some pistons as you move them. Really nice, reminds me a bit of Mechalai for Transformers. But for some reason, this one likes to come loose sometimes? Apparently that's because these are reused from the Master Grade 2.0 RX-78 kit, and the measurements are ever so slightly off, mildly irritating, but tolerable. Way nicer, as you move the leg up, you get this pumping knee effect and a dividing armor gimmick on the leg. That is amazing. It really makes this thing feel a lot more alive. Someone in my chat said that the legs were the highlight of the build for them, and I completely see why. You also get a really good look at the inner frame. Scandalous. Actually, I wonder how this frame would look with that clear plastic on it. Oh well, someone else will get to see. Something else I didn't notice actually until doing the accessory roundup, these little flick-up booster rockets. In fact, this whole figure feels densely packed. It doesn't feel like a model kit. Everything feels very durable, weighty, and well constructed, which is good because that means it wasn't destroyed when I dropped it on stream. Oh no. It passed the drop test. Again, the build was great. I'm just a clumsy idiot. Right then, so time to show off some accessories. Along with the Amuro Ray you saw earlier that you can insert into his chest, you also get this very tiny sort of standing Amuro Ray. This adapter for the kind of standard master grade kind of Gundam scale, but you get an extra one of the sort of more the wrist cannons, and in fact, I can show this off a little bit. You also get some blast effects. That's the wrong one. There's a little gap, a little blast effect you can use for the blastings. You also get some more that you can put in like the shoulder cannons. that is actually quite nice. I do like that the blast effects are a little bit more uniquely molded. Makes them a little bit more interesting to use than, you know, your standard Transformers blast effects. So there you go. So you got a couple guns. You get one that I think is used more in the Origin anime. You get this shoulder mounted gun, which is kind of cool, but also, I don't know, I kind of prefer it like this. Feels a little bit unnecessary, but, oh, now this is cool. You also get this shoulder mounted bazooka, big old bazooka for the shootings. Really nice, and something I like is also you can take out the magazine. Would it be a magazine? I don't know. For the shots, lock and load. Gets a little extra bullets there. You get a more standard beam rifle here. Then you also get the Gundam shield. What's cool about the shield is you can adjust the height of it. To insert it, you just click it in. You can either do it freehand or click it in, and that's all well and nice. And something else also is the shield is rotatable and very much adjustable, which I massively appreciate. And then one more accessory, and it's one that's kind of been attached to them the whole time. And this one I'm gonna show how the weapon's attached. So there's a little hinge here to kind of open up the hand, and you get some beam sabers here, and these have their own little tab. You just kind of press open like that, and then you can wrap the fingers around, and then you can just click in the sword itself, and there you go. It's a little bent up, little flaccid, but you know what? That is still really cool. All the accessories are really nice and add a lot of value to this already great kit. But now then, let's get into the real star of this package, the articulation.
So we got kind of like almost a ball joint on the head. There's a decent moving around, you know, you got your full rotation. He can look down that far, look up that far. No sort of giggity action, but whatever. You know what, actually real quick, on the back, he's got two little hinge joints for his little thrusters. I think also you could possibly put some blast effects there for rocket, I don't know. And these swords are kind of on a hinge joint. Also the handle there likes to come out a little annoying. Then these shoulder pads can go up, allowing for way more than a T-pose, which is really nice. And then we got full rotation at the shoulder. We have rotation at the upper arm, and unfortunately you can see the piston has detached again. But we have basically what I'd call perfect elbows. The hand is on a ball joint, and unfortunately that likes to happen sometimes. Be very careful. So as a result, you can get a little bit of flex in there, but I wouldn't recommend it. And of course, the hands are also on ball joints, so you can just kind of move them around. I haven't reviewed it yet, but I've messed with the Real Grade Galgagar, and this is a lot better than that. I will say one disappointing thing about these hands is that they cannot, it's hard to kind of get a perfect fist in. Like, that's kind of the best I got, so a little bit of a bummer. You can still do that though. You can also kind of get the arms up like shoulders up like so, and also there is a butterfly action.
Hey, just a heads up, these butterfly joints on the shoulder are really, really fragile, and several fans have complained of breakage for them. So just be gentle with this, Grandpa. Do not commit elder abuse.
Then you have a little bit of tilting action, and by adjusting this, you get a really nice arching back and a pretty nice ab crunch. Very, very good. You do have a waist swivel, full 360. All of these skirts are adjustable. You can kind of rotate them all out like that, which is for the legs. They go up that far, they go that back that far, you can also get a butterfly inward, which very unique articulation idea. Then, you know, that's as far as he can spread out. Pretty nice. Rotation at the thigh. Then, as you saw earlier, the knees can go back pretty dang far. So very, very nice. These kind of anklets are adjustable. Feet, you can go forward, they can go back. They can rotate, they can pivot back, side to side, and the toes and the heel can bend. Holy moly, that is a lot of articulation.
The posability on this guy is seriously some of the best I've ever encountered on a figure ever. Everything I throw at this guy just looks great. Out of all the model kits, this is the one I always have the urge to pull off the shelf and fiddle with, no matter what I'm working on. And as the final cap off, let's get some quick little size comparisons, because this guy has some serious height going for him too. Here he is next to the entry grade Gundam RX-78, a more beginner friendly kit. Not a bad one too, despite the overly long legs. But going up a grade, here he is next to the high-grade Gundam G-Cux, the high-grade Gundam Ariel, and the high-grade Gundam Trion 3, who was also the very first Gunpla I ever painted, and it shows. Going up a bit, kinda, we got the real grade Gundam Wing Zero, and for a bit of fun, the real grade Gaogaigar. And they look great standing next to each other, like a Super Robot Wars cover. Don't tell Harmony Gold. And for a bit of extra fun, here's that mysterious scrap metal Gundam that I had at the end of my RX-78 revival review, and the Soul of Chigoken Gundam Trion 3. Only cut myself 3 times getting this thing off the shelf. But oh wait, I know exactly the size comparison you were waiting for. High-grade Rinko Iori. No, I'm just kidding. The original Gundam RX-78-2. What an amazing showcase for how much technology and engineering for model kits has come. Even captures the proportions of the original kit that's sadly sometimes lost on more modern sets. So that was the Master Grade Gundam RX-78 Origin There's too many words. So that was the Master Grade Gundam RX-78-2, the Origin model kit. Was it worth? Yes. I'm not even going to finish that. Yes. Unfortunately, right now, you cannot find this guy for his retail price. It's usually double his original MSRP, even for the semi-clear ones. But even so, I think it's still very much worth it. Just for the really solid build, amazing final figure, and all the accessories. If you're into Gundam, or actually never experienced a higher level Gundam kit, this is a great kit to start with. In fact, I want other people to experience this kit. So that's why I'm...
Now wait just a bloody minute, you incoherent ape! Why did you have his shield upside down the whole review? The Gundam Origin has a shield with the peephole facing down.
Why would I want him not to use the peephole on his shield? That's what it's there for. Maybe there's some lore reason why they're doing it like that, but I don't know. I haven't seen the OVA, and honestly, it just looks kind of dumb otherwise.
Fair enough. Carry on, dum-dum.
Back to what I was saying, I'm giving away the transparent kit. That's right, you can get this kit for free. All you have to do is get subscribed and leave a comment on this video with the hashtag GimmeGundam, along with an actual full comment, and you'll be entered. And if you become a patron, YouTube member, or use my affiliate link to sign up for free on JP Fans, you'll get 2 extra entries into the competition for each type. Winner will be announced on the 4th of July, live on stream, because the Gundam is red, white, and blue. God bless America. And a little yellow too, I guess. God bless Malaysia. I'm also going to be shipping this anywhere in the world. Now then, the only other caveat is please have some way to reach you if you're the winner, like via Discord, Twitter, or a link I can use for emailing. Thank you so much. Best of luck to you all. But aside from that, what did you think of this kit? Do you think it's worth the hype I and several others are giving it, or not? Please let me know in the comments, and please subscribe.